wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq. Of Ukraine.
Wars have been fought over oil. In a short matter of time, they will be fought over wars.
There it is. Wow. Like we never left. A new year, wow. New us, you know?
That's right.
Wow. Man.
2025.
2025, ManCon 43. That's crazy.
What does that numerology mean to you?
What does that mean to you? Is there a coincidence that next week is 44?
Huh.
I'll let you think about that, Chad.
Think about it. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Let it roll around a bit. Yeah.
Who knows, you know?
Yeah.
What a great time in the world. So many positive things happening. Wow. Richmond just freshly coming back from having no fucking water. Things go great out in California. I've heard it's a balmy and beautiful place to be right now.
That's right. That's right.
Golly, and you know, yeah,
everything's fine.
Everything feeling fine. You know,
I think everybody is. Well, welcome back, ManCon.
Yeah.
I am Marcus. You can find me at Struggle4 on Twitch and the YouTubes and all the things.
Yeah. And I'm Lucid Fox on all the things. Soon to, you know, be a purveyor of fine delicatessen quality sandwiches at any of the places that you'll be able to find them. We'll figure it out soon. Don't worry.
Word. Are you going to do the thing where you just like record a video of you in a car eating a sandwich?
Yeah. No. Well, kind of, you know, I feel like there should be like action shots, you know, maybe like, Carl walks up and he takes it off the table and it's like, sandwich is so good your dog has to steal them. You know, who knows?
Oh, hey,
yeah, we got to figure it
that
out. He has been a little thief over the past couple of weeks, man. It's crazy. This guy got a taste for pastry and now... He craves it. He searches it out, you know?
Yes.
I came back one time, I found him standing on the table and I was like, brother, we can't do this.
Oh.
we can't be like this, man. You gotta
Am I not supposed to be?
Yeah, he's like, I just want the croissant, man. I don't.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, he knows what human food tastes like, and yeah, it's fucking dope. Yeah. I'd much rather eat that than whatever the fuck he has to, you know, just what regular dog food is. So
yeah, the croissant is pretty good. Well, nice.
Yeah.
Well, I've been in Mexico City.
Ooh, I know. It's exciting.
For the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Getting out early before inauguration. Very nice. I respect the hustle, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You got to escape while you can.
I was listening to Mueller, She Wrote the other day, and I thought, yeah, we just got to...
Oh, my God. I mean, if you, probably, watch that, Maddow's coming back to prime time, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
We've been doing this project over... these community parks that have all types of services of mental health, domestic violence help, all types of therapies, classes, classes for elderly folks and group stuff, pools and education centers for clearly it's the kids, a lot of stuff, but it's been really incredible seeing hey, the government can do good things for people, and it's pretty amazing.
Wild, huh?
So not excited to come back except for the Buckeyes. Okay,
let's go. Let's go Buckeyes, baby. Very nice.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
But the Washington Commanders too. Look at them. Hey, listen. Look at them go.
right?
Yeah.
Get in the stadium. Maybe decide to win a game or two.
Maybe
maybe
that's what's pushing their playoff luck.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. New name, not tied to indigenous genocide, and like, look at you.
Look at them. Maybe the only, red shade of team once we start getting to the championships. That's right. Fuck the Chiefs. I can't wait for them to fucking lose this week. Okay.
Yeah.
I want the absolute worst. Man, I passed by one of those little flying flag, the ones that people put in their front yard, one of those little flags, and it said, go Taylor's boyfriend. And I was like, I'll burn this place to the ground.
It's just...
I hate them so much.
It's enough.
Yeah,
okay?
enough. I don't care. No more dynasty teams, all right? I'm sick of it. Especially not the Chiefs.
Well, no, yeah, and I guess though it's like if you had to choose between the Chiefs and the Patriots, though.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's
all
better.
Right,
it's better than what we had, but
okay,
still,
yeah.
But still, I'm all on board for the line. I already talked about it weeks ago. Before the break.
That's like the
all
Lions.
on board. I've already called the Lions to maybe take it off. Okay.
Oh, we will see. We will see.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions.
That's right.
Well,
Lions.
that would be amazing if they could pull it off. But I think everybody, especially from Detroit, is waiting for this just giant fall in.
As someone that has spent some time in Dallas, I understand. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I understand how they're gonna fuck up this time. Yeah.
Like Detroit and Cleveland have like very, very similar vibes. When it comes to like football.
Yeah.
And then it's like kind of the opposite with like basketball over time. But yeah, we'll see. Get over the hill. I mean, and that's where it's like if there's any time that like Cleveland is able to get a Super Bowl win,
yeah,
like the town will be burned down to the ground. Like,
yeah. Listen, like I said it before, I'll say it again. It's going to be Ravens Lions. Trust me on this one. All right.
We'll see.
All from me.
Well,
speaking of wins, man, wow.
Let's talk about big wins
and potentially enduring ceasefire, huh?
Yeah.
Can't believe Biden was it. Wait, hold up. That's not Biden, huh? That's embarrassing. Absolutely fucking embarrassing.
And it just makes me so like it makes me like insane, like thinking about how do we get here.
Yeah.
And
like it's topsy-turvy world, man. Like you want me to think about this for more than a second, and it's like I was at the DNC. We were literally protesting this. And for all the way for Biden to just deny it his entire term, and Trump is ready and willing to just be like, no, let's do something about this.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is happening, actually?
And like the idea that like, oh, if we do this, we're going to lose the election or something like this. And as soon as Trump wins the election, he says, finish it before I even get into office or shit's going to be worse. And then like, and this is the thing that like, where it's not just like Trump, like, and because like, it's like, I feel like, oh, hey, giving it, like, fuck all of these motherfuckers. They're all just genocidal monsters. Yeah. But the fact that they send somebody there just to say this has to be done by this date just because Trump wants to be able to rub
that is what
Nobel.
Our actual fucking power, like we do actually have fucking soft power, man. Like that is what we are able to achieve if we want it.
And
it just shows the fucking the actual lack of anyone in this Biden administration, which is now almost over, any of them to actually want to fucking do anything.
And so and like this is something that you name any outlet, any type of reporting, just based off of history and facts. The United States president has always been able to call Israel at their most bloodthirsty to say, stop now. Yeah. And it happened.
Yeah.
Joe Biden has been able to do this the entire time.
Yep.
And here we are. Mm-hmm. And like, there's and this is where like there's not just like Trump
this morning. He doesn't even fucking care, dude.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't even know what the fuck's going on.
Exactly. But like there's reporting that like Trump's envoy Steve kind of gave Netanyahu the business a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's literally like that's where it was announced today, you know, like the day we're recording this. Mm-hmm. It's Sunday is the first day, you know, not only have there been like increased bombings and airstrikes in some of these like refugee camps inside Gaza, they're now doing airstrikes in like in the West Bank.
Yeah.
There's like it's gonna get worse. They're gonna do horrific shit.
Yeah.
Especially in between now and Sunday.
Absolutely.
And who knows like what afterwards. So, you know, like, you know, and really it's like, how are they actually held to account? You know, to the very least, you know, like what happens when all the Americans get out? What happens when all the hostages who are alive are out? Mm-hmm. You know, these are all huge concerns. Getting to a point where they both agree that there will be a ceasefire. This hasn't happened since November 2023 with the first ceasefire, when Hezbollah stopped fighting rockets, Yemen stopped doing any blockade action, and there were over 100 hostages, and that like Israeli hostages. There was, I mean, a few hundred Palestinians, and mostly kids and women that were released. So, and this could have been the entire time had Joe Biden, even said, pick up the phone to say, continue this deal. Till I mean, he didn't even get all the Americans out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even hold Netanyahu to just get all the Americans out that first deal.
Yeah.
And so like this idea, you know, and this is what we have to see is that I could imagine Trump will at least hold out really for the Americans.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and like at the very least that being like, then you start seeing some real, you know, Israeli fuckery. But Ben-Gvir admitted it was him that was tanking deals. Of course. And they're so pissed, and he's going to tank the government now. So, you know, like, who knows what happens from here, other than this is 100% on the genocide is now completely hooked onto Genocide Joe, bloodlustly like Blinken, and that's it. And it, you know, depending how
Blinken also admitting like they've just replenished their numbers. Nothing was done here except for the fucking wanton murder of hundreds of thousands of people. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing was accomplished here. They have the exact same force that they had. They've renewed ranks. It's just like, you people are fucking monsters. You know? Yeah. You're absolute fucking monsters. I just don't know. Like, this is it. I'm sorry. This is the Democratic Party. You know, what do they look like in the future? You know, like just like really demonic hour. I was told that they're supposed to be some fucking, you know, greater, gentler force. They're not the monsters the Republicans are. They've signed off on genocide for years now. You know, like they've glad-handed everything over to Trump over the past couple of months, man. Got Obama fucking laughing with him. Like it's just jokes. Chuck Schumer smiling and fucking giggling with him. It's just like none of this is real. You know? Yeah. None of it. Yeah. Like, none of this actually fucking matters. Not at least to the extent that I'm being made to believe by, like, news anchors and shit. Because if so, like, these people would actually fucking, like, resist this man. They would be better than these Republicans, you know?
I mean, that's the thing that's, like, I think messed up is that he and his coterie are fascist, racist, misogynist. These are all true.
Correct.
Democrats labeling themselves as some type of resistance or opposition to it, that's the lie, right?
Yes.
That is the
They're on
thing
board
that
with
is
it,
like,
man.
yeah, when like the mask off is the Democrats being like, oh yeah, we're actually fine with this. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Yo, democracy
like,
is over. Is it, Democrats? Yeah, democracy's over. You got to vote. Okay. Well, peaceful transition of power and all that. Sorry, we did what we could.
Yeah.
I thought democracy was over. What?
And all the Democrats is minority. Well, we need to find ways to work with them. We had anything, and like all this type of shit. And you've got them doing like the Lake and Riley Act and all this type of shit. But even like that's a whole other fucking thing. Because like, I'd say more so with the ceasefire stuff, before we like move on, and because like I think also like they announced they're taking Cuba off the state-sponsored
Yeah,
terrorists.
they'll be off for a whole week and a half. It's exciting.
What
What a useless fucking old man, honestly. Again, like that's the type of shit where it's just like this whole time, man, for years, these people have been fucking starving. They've been, they've lost electricity. They've just been in the fucking dregs, and you're just like, man, whatever. And then the last fucking week, what a fucking monster he is.
Disgusting people. These are really fucking disgusting people. And
like, I'm supposed to ever fucking vote for this party again? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
so, yeah. I mean, and like, I really, it's such just a insanely frustrating thing because it is so just fucking craven. Like, your people are disgusting. You saw, and this is the media too. Yeah. Because what you're seeing now in a lot of the media is, hey, we don't need any access journalism with the Biden administration, so we can actually start playing how much the state, 60 Minutes doing like releasing the story they've had for months of State Department personnel leaving.
Yeah.
You've got like, and like the New York Times did one with Anthony Blinken actually asking, is your legacy going to be genocide? Yeah. He's like, no, but yeah, it's not that. They don't need them anymore, and they're willing to gut them like a fucking fish, especially if it'll give them access to the next administration. 100%. They're just, what I'm saying? Just like they will sell your corpse just like you sold out every last one of these fucking Palestinians. Yeah. And the only thing like good that could possibly come of it is that they demonize the Biden administration so goddamn much that the international community does actually go after them for fucking war crimes. And the rest of the Americans are just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck them.
Yeah.
But that ain't gonna happen. But either way, it is a very sickening thing. And like Blinken is getting protested at his speech at the Atlantic Council, and that is like probably the best I could hope is that they don't get a like lick of fucking peace in public for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. That would be at least a nice consolation. It's just people constantly wandering up and fucking with him,
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of getting fucked with, though.
Yeah.
The clown car that this country is going to fill up.
This shit's crazy, man. This whole, like, again, like, going back to Democrats, they're opposed, everything's awful, these fucking people are terrible, saying this shit about Hegseth. But, like, at the end of the day, they're just gonna fucking confirm him. And it's just like,
well, and
I don't know, like,
I mean, yeah,
they just have to they have to have a nice story, like I think it was New York Times maybe that talked about how he wears America on his sleeve, and it's just like, my God, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, no,
this guy is a fucking white nationalist, and you're just like, well, listen, he's very passionate about this country. Yeah, well, there was another guy that was very passionate about his country too, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about him in those tones.
It's so passionate. He just had to have the funniest little mustache. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
Love music and art. I don't know. Like,
yeah, Jesus. Oh my God. Well, that's the thing. It's like, Pete, Pete Hegseth through so many ways, whether it is a Christian nationalist too, where like he is and referring to him and other Christians as the, people of conscience.
Yes.
It's like this, I mean, and that's where like not denying that he would want to torture people. Like there's like so much like just like where like they would ask him pretty easy questions that you at least officially you should be pretty, like I feel like even torturers know you're not supposed to openly talk about doing the torture.
Yeah.
Like by the time, what is it, John New was doing it for like Bush, like he was their lawyer, right? They had found out about the torture, and then he had to do the legal thing that right? This is a whole different thing. You're not supposed to admit it, basically.
Yeah.
And then like you're asking him, hey, is waterboarding okay? He can only, currently it's illegal. Motherfucker, excuse me? like,
in its current incarnation, it is frowned upon.
Yes.
It is a bit of snafu.
Yeah,
So.
And then you've got a month ago saying no, women should serve in combat, and then all of a sudden he's here like, if they're qualified, that's what I meant. Like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
I think one of the better ones was Tim Kaine, though, out of Virginia, and just asking like, how are we supposed to take you're going to take this seriously when you cheated on one wife, you were having a baby with this other girl, and then this incident that you deny that, you say it was consensual. However, you were married to one, having a baby with two, and then you had this thing happen with number three. How do you say you can even, and these are all anonymous things, but it's like, no, this is what you admit to.
Yeah.
And he starts bringing in the Christ Almighty, blessing his soul, and this place is a dang mess.
Yeah. This place is a dang mess.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Hey, there's like 1.5 million motherfuckers that work at the Pentagon, dog.
Yeah. Sure is.
He almost ran 2 nonprofits into the ground.
Yeah.
Like this is, and this is where, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, right, man.
Guys gonna lose some people their job.
Throw him the keys. He's gonna fucking run that Tesla manual style into a fucking brick wall. Cause hey,
boy, sure is gonna be exciting. Sure.
Oh yeah,
sure fucking is, man.
Gonna be great. Can't wait.
Yeah, at least we're on, I like to call, Marcus, Inauguration Watch, all right? 1 week left for liberals to get it together. I want to see some real dissent. We got pussy hat marches this weekend, all right?
Do we?
I believe they were organizing stuff to go to the mall on the weekend, and
hell yeah. Let's go.
It's gonna be a real riot, all right? They're gonna they're gonna show Trump. I don't know, man. I know we've got a week left. We're just kind of like walking towards like oblivion. There's nobody that's going to step in, like there's, again, just like this idea, these like Blue Anon, like truly on social media, just like, you just have to wait. Okay. All right. Biden can still institute the fucking, the 16th or whatever the fuck, I don't know, amendment. Like it can still happen. Okay. Like he's just biding his time real soon. And it's just like, there's nobody coming, man. This ship's on fire. Like we're sinking.
I mean,
like it is happening. Like this is occurring. Like, and there was nobody that actually gave a shit. Like I said, like all these people, like Kamala Harris is not leading a military junta. Like it is just, this is it.
It's all on us.
This is just going to happen, and this guy's gonna roll for another 4 years, and Like, realistically, it's not going to be the end of whatever American democracy is. It is going to just be further erosions of these systems, you know? It is going to be further privatization. It's going to be further fucking, vulnerability for marginalized people. It's going to be further demonization of the trans community. Like, that's it. It's just going to be things getting even fucking worse in this country, you know?
Yeah. And, and I think in some of these cases, like where, and now, you know, like the people of California,
Yeah.
any type of supplemental funding that other communities could rely on, you know, that's now all in flux.
Yeah.
You know, just like even, you know, because of just the fact that Mike Johnson is saying, you know, like he might not bring a bill to the floor that gives these types, you know, like gives funding or like even close to enough.
Yeah.
And it's all for these, saying and doing all these types of now just racist and misogynist things of it's wokeness and all this type of shit. And there is a whole lot of things that led up to what's going on. It's like the fire's still going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to be the one, you know, to say it, but like, this is it. Like, this is the plan for climate collapse, man. It is to just let people fucking suffer. And that's it, you know? People like Mel Gibson are going to rebuild their fucking house. They've got the money to do so, you know, and they'll, it is what it is. But like people that are just, you know, folks that are just living in these areas like Altadena, just like, you know, multi-generation, just have had that house. Like, sorry, that's over. That's gone now. And there will be no one for them to look to, actually, to help them rebuild. Like, that is how we're going to, you know, that is the business as usual as we move further and further into, because I think they've had conversations, man. Like, they have to have. You can't. You know, they're going to be just doing triage on this dog shit situation that we have because we can't stop consuming and we can't stop burning fossil fuels and we can't do those things. We could, like, if we gave a shit, but we don't. So we have to always churn profit. And because of that, like, sorry, these people are just going to suffer and that's it.
Yeah.
And that will continue to happen, you know, and luckily, they'll say most of those externalities are going to be in other places, you know, like most of that's going to happen elsewhere. If it happens in the US, well, it's going to be regrettable. Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, for one, you hear so many just like horrible stories about like how these things come up fast on, you know, like in, you know, as far as like, you go through, I think at this point, you know, 25 confirmed dead, but
yeah,
you know, there's going to be expecting more. For a day or two, you hear some of the news talking about like, oh, hey, power lines should be buried. It's safer and all this type of stuff. And like that way, like electricity could possibly still flow through certain, you know, emergencies.
Yeah.
But now, you know, it's already moved on to now it's just looting.
Yeah.
You know, it's either stories about looters and it's stories about, you know, the individuals and they're like very tragic stories, you know what I'm saying? But like, if the story isn't how do we actually build societies to prevent this type of loss, you know, we're just, you know, here we go again. And
yeah, I said, man, like this is, you know, these are take it however you want, but like take it to understand like the severity of these situations. Like, these are these Sandy Hook-esque moments, you know? And if people in the government can look at these things and just say, oh, it's kind of acceptable, then that's it. Like, I'm sorry, but there's nobody fucking throwing out the lifeboat, man. It's just not going to happen. Like, they're just like, well, you know, maybe we'll give them a little, they need to be able to eat right now. It's like, motherfucker, they don't have a home anymore. What do you mean? Like,
yeah, and
what is happening? Like a swift, decisive discussion on what we're going to do to ameliorate these conditions.
And because then, like, none of this is new. You know, that's the thing. It's like,
yeah, this didn't come out of nowhere. Like, this is
especially when it comes to California. You know, like it has been foretold, and like literally once they came up to, oh shit, 9 months, no rain in 9 months.
Correct.
And then they got these like, oh wow, these Santa Ana winds. and they're like, well, they're going to be more powerful than ever. And then they put out this warning, hey, this is going to be a really bad time if a fire starts. And it did.
Yep.
And there's a lot of places where, who knows, you can maybe rebuild these communities and just have actual fire and land management, enough breaks and all this type of stuff to make it so it's like, no, people can live here. That mount, you know what I'm saying? That hill, like all like the Palisade shit with like, it's like, this is where, it could be a park, you know what I'm saying? Maybe have some type of nice, I don't know, look up at the stars thing, a planetarium up on top where you could travel to. But like, at the end of the day, having all these houses and shit like that, because that's what they're trying to explain. Like, oh, we ran out of water. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you got to pump water uphill.
Yeah.
And that ran out pretty quick, especially since they're fighting all the fires all over the place. And down, like it's just this whole fucking thing where the systems we need for our society to just like survive and thrive aren't resilient enough for the climate crisis that is happening right now.
Yeah.
And until we deal with that, and again, what's calm is the climate crisis, it's just going to get worse.
Right. That's it. That is happening right now. Like this is the best part of the climate collapse that we will live through. All right. Like it will just get worse. All right. That's the plan. That is the plan that I didn't get to make. I'm not rich, I have no like governing power or anything. That is the plan that rich fucking people have sat down and made for decades, have decided, well, but think of the profits. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, again, I'm sorry, this guy's just so fucking gross over the past couple weeks. Joe Biden just saying, hey, open up the federal lands for AI fucking farms, okay? AI server farms.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, well, the DOD could use some servers. No, nobody needs AI fucking servers, man. What are you talking about? What are we doing? What is the increase in productivity? Show me right now. What is it doing? Like, what processes is it aiding? Like, shut the fuck up, man.
Denying claims for healthcare pretty quickly.
Right, God damn. Is it innovating us out of fucking two fucking degrees Celsius, 2.5? No? All right, well then, I'm sorry, but if it makes DoorDash 39% faster, I don't fucking give a shit. It's a big wet fart to me. All right? Like,
that's where, the thing is that there's these companies that I read about that, like, their schools are hiring these AI things like, oh, it's going to make your bus routes way more efficient. When it's like, hey, dog, like, if you drove from A to B every fucking day, you know what I'm saying? You, like, for one thing, like, hey, you've got, like, to pick up kids, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, like, picking up children so they just get to school safely might be the best thing, and finding like the most, but it ended up screwing up all the routes that that these bus drivers, like, oh, hey, no longer do you have this set thing, and like, or you help out here in your flex. It's just like, open up your bus driver app and you may be driving all these different routes, but don't worry, it's going to give you turn by turn, and like end up like kids getting lost and drop, like not get, and it's just a whole mess. But like, that's like, these things just also don't help in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
There's like all these types of things where it's actually not fucking helpful. And oh my God. And Elon Musk is going to buy like how many elections?
Yeah.
How many elections he's played, Germany, UK,
He doesn't have time for all that, Marcus. He's played Path of Exile too. Don't you remember?
Yeah, super good gamer, man. The best ever. Plays in his sleep.
God, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how much he's able to play. Some people would say it might take a team of 3 or 4 people to play that much, but not him. He's just always online. It's wild. Yeah, this fucking guy. Yeah, I mean, just laid bare. Like, if anything, it's just blatant at this point. And I kind of I get it. Like, I understand. Like, same thing with these fucking CEOs of tech companies. They have just sat down and realized they don't have to be coy about it anymore. You know why? You don't have to be Rockefeller anymore, buying up fucking opera houses and shit to curry favor and to launder your name. Like, they're just like, no, we own everything. We're just allowed to fuck with it. Okay. These tech CEOs
just
now,
going
like,
on Rogan and just saying,
that's it. Like, Zuckerberg's just like, fuck it. Yeah, I can just be open about it. I fucking hate certain people. All right. Like, wow, I can't believe this incel that created Hot or Not's actually just like not a good guy, huh? Like, yeah, these CEOs, you know, I think they're reporting it in Fortune. They're just like, oh, we can use slurs now. Trump got in, baby. We're allowed. Yeah. And it's like, well, sure, that was the path they were always going to take if they were just kind of allowed to do it.
Exactly, you know, where this was going the entire time. And that, you know, if you know, and this is where like going back to the Democrats and their extreme MAGA Republicans and all this type of stuff. Like, this is the party. This is where the party is driven. Yeah. To this moment. And then largely the Democrats are still like, hey, well, where can we help? We're going to resist where we have to and help when we can. And it's just like, dog, like, you know, they're talking about taking Greenland and, you know, invading, panning up, hitting them all, you know, and it's just like, what, like, how do you work with so obviously irrational and hateful people is beyond me. But, you know, I'm sure Hakeem Jeffrey's going to find a way to figure it out. So,
God, man. Incredible.
Yeah. Pretty good.
There is one light at the end of the tunnel. XiaoHongShu, Marcus.
Yeah.
All right. A beautiful glimpse into a better future. One where Americans can sit down, they can learn Mandarin, they can embrace Xi Jinping thought. Okay?
Yes.
Beautiful. Honestly,
I think so.
This is the idyllic world. This is the utopia that we were promised. I think just getting more. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's actually kind of blowing my mind a little bit that like so many people were like, "How dare they take the Chinese app away from us?" They're like, "Fuck it, I'll go find another one." Like that's kind of awesome. Like not like let's go to. Yeah, like not let's go to Threads or Instagram or fuck all those places. They have shitty reels, you know? Like they have shitty like YouTube shorts and shit. They're like, no, I need some more of the good stuff. You know? Uncle Xi knows how to fucking make apps over there.
Yeah.
Incredible.
They know how to algo the rhythm, okay? Come on.
Incredible, honestly.
Like, you know, and I for me, I think it is just a misalignment with what the elites expect, you know, versus what is the vibe of the American public, you know, because you can't tell us not to do something, because we're gonna motherfucking do it with like a goddamn red, white, and blue fireworks going on, and that's the thing is like you say no TikTok. No TikTok, it's dangerous. You know, they're not allowed to have your data. And you got a bunch of Americans like, motherfucker, they're going to get my data.
Yeah, they can have my data. I don't care.
They're going to get it. I'm going to deliver it to them in a nice gift wrap with a bow on. Take it. Just because they said you can't have it, I'm going to give it to you.
You know,
twice
like
over.
if there is someone within like the Red Army that is sitting down and pouring through my fucking purchases of like Lorcana like cards, I don't give a shit. Okay, like.
Yeah,
it's fine. They can have all my data. They can know everything that I'm up to every day. It doesn't. None of it matters.
That's the thing. Is like you've made me give a shit now.
Yeah,
I didn't care before.
Now I just want to spite them, you know.
now I care, and they're gonna get the data.
The thing is, like, there are like, you know, I can't give you numbers or anything, but there are scores. There are thousands of people that are going to lose out on income as a result of this. There's no fucking they didn't put any like systems in play to make sure that people are like actively compensated for offboarding off this app that's not going to be banned. That's just their fucking income fucking gone. You know what I mean? That guy that does the AI, like Miles Morales, like all of these people are just like left for fucking nothing, you know? And then there are thousands, tens of hundreds of thousands more that just use this as an entertainment app, you know?
I mean, it is.
And one alternative. Obviously, they have millions and millions of users, but like they're just people that are looking for something like Redbook, and they're just like, well, might as well.
Might as well.
Like, and what's my alternative? They're taking away my treats.
It is, and that's like, yeah, like where our society is just so dumb and idiotic and it's like foolish, you know, because you know, like especially when it comes to like Facebook and Twitter, how many data breaches, how many coups they've assisted, you know, how many violent massacres have been allowed to foment based off of lies, you know, on these, you know, on Facebook and shit like that. So, you know, this whole thing, and we should say too, is like where TikTok really, you know, got focused in on it was because the amount of people who had solidarity with Palestinians. You know, that like this TikTok ban, it had come up for legislation before. Yeah. And then once, you know, people are actually sharing a whole lot of information and you're just seeing what's happening in Gaza and like, you know, in a real sense, you know, they bring it back up and then all of a sudden a bunch of Democrats are so suddenly on board with it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, because this is the thing at the end of the day, like a lot of our, and this is just like a discovering thing, I think, for, you know, a state change for the ruling class to understand is that there has just been, you know, for as much as people want to say this type of shit about China, like there has been a suppression of information, you know, for the American public. And, you know, it's just existed. Like there are filters that exist within our news apparatus to make sure that people don't see things. TikTok was one of those few things where you could kind of start to bypass those things. People using Red Note for the same thing. And so, you know, people within that establishment then realize that, I think most of all, they realize, well, this is a filter we can't control and we have to do something about that. Right? Like, that is normally our status quo is to just give them the flack and then they do what we like. And we can't do that to ByteDance. We can't fucking, you know, we have to put up these fucking charades, you know, in Congress, like asking this guy the most banal fucking questions, being racist towards him because
like,
we can't.
You serve the CCPs? Like I'm from Singapore.
Right. Like, you know, we just have to do that because like they don't understand. These are people that grew up in a time when we had control over the mechanisms, you know, of media. There was just a way to make people think certain ways. And now that is slipping away in an information age. That is going. Yeah. People have access to everything, or much more than they've ever had before.
And they're seeing these, and that's where it's like, not only is like Elon Musk, like people are like aware he is like, you know, a Nazi, and that's off-putting for some of these business people, or at least people who just want to buy, used to want to buy his shit. Yeah, you know, he betrayed the gamers. That's another L. But
it is the funniest thing that Path of Exile 2 is what got him on the outs with fucking gamers. That's so funny.
Yeah, he did tell the truth. But like that's, you know, people are able to see shit coming out of China that like are not allowed, you know, because like, I mean, I've seen like BYD cars or some of these like Huawei phones, you know.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Like, you know, people who, you know, at least pay a little bit of attention, you know, or something like that can see this stuff. But like opening it up to more people who are like, well, no, you know, because like the tying into American selfishness is where you break the cracks, because like people want to be able to buy the nice shit, and right now we don't get the nice shit.
They want, listen, you gotta, I don't know, somebody talked about it a long time ago, there's these circuses, right? And people want those circuses. It really keeps them occupied, especially when the bread kind of dries up a little bit. Like they need those things to pay attention to. And
jingle the keys.
Yeah, and when you don't jingle the keys, like, you know, there's just a lot of folks that are just kind of like I mean, this is the end point of capitalism, and like, you know, advanced neoliberalism is like there is no understanding for what to do next as the consumer class begins to wither. You know, and it's just, well, you gotta keep more in the dark, and it's like, well, that doesn't work, man.
Yeah, unless you start selling cheaper rent.
Yeah, like you're running out of treats, you know? Like I don't know how long that, realistically takes, but you're going down the path of treatlessness, and people are going to fucking kind of push it back against that.
Yeah,
and hopefully it instills some sort of class consciousness in them. You know what I mean? Maybe we have some proud new members of the CCP at the end of the day. I don't know.
I mean, anything that just gets people off of the edge of, like, you know, otherism, I think is really the important thing. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, you know, even like here in Mexico and like everywhere, you know, like I think. It's easy to recognize, like every place has got, you know, issues to work on, and you know, ways their community can improve, and so many places on this earth, you know, it's not, you know, the principal fault of whoever lives there as to why things are the way they are, but you know, this is what I, at the very least, hope is like Americans just being able to take the edge off. Because this is just like idea that like there's people all over the world that, you know, just think so differently that they want, and it's going to inflict harm and all this type of stuff.
Being able to humanize. 100%.
I mean, this is how you get, you know, what's going on in Gaza. You know, like, you see these videos of Israelis saying like, oh, I don't care, you know, whatever, just being so nonchalant, and like, you know, that's where this country, you know, started, and in so many ways, you know, can be considered worse. You know, and we don't, you know, like those aren't positions that we've just moved forward from. You know, as we look at Trump and these motherfuckers, like, you know, the ceasefire does not mean that he's the bringer of peace. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it takes that recognition. And like, I'm not trying to put everything on this app, but like, I mean, shit can go viral. Shit, you know, people kind of get sentiment and all the type of stuff of like, because, I mean.
I hope there's more of it. Honestly, I hope people like search out more. Like that's just it. Like when we talk about like, you know, the need for a kind of global, you know, consciousness as people like, you know, try to grasp on the class consciousness and understand each other. Like a lot of that starts at shit like this. We are more connected than we've ever been, and if people like start having the ability to understand, you know, we're folks half a world away that they've always been told are the most suppressed fucking populace. They're in chains basically. Authoritarian Xi Jinping has secret police follow them around, and you just like pop on this app, and that's very not true, man. Turns out, it turns out they're just fucking living their lives, just making content just like you are actually, and nothing. Like sorry, but damn, you got hoodwinked, you got fucking lied to, actually, you know, like,
and like that, and that's where there is a lot of churn, you know, and like also a lot of like siloing that like they do, you know, the apps will try and do on purpose. And with anything, you know, music, TV, you know, genres, blah, 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 everything's got to have its own fucking place.
Yeah.
But the more, you know, people do intermingle, you know, that's when things get like interesting in the good way.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
when art is pushed forward. That's, when, ideas are able to actually, spread across continents in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And it is just like funny just seeing people on Twitter just like pissed at like, yo, like look at this fucking electric car. Why can't I buy this? And it's just
man.
like dying right in the heart of the American of like, I want it. It looks better than what I have.
Why is their consumer class more advanced than ours is? What's happening?
Exactly. I'm not
man.
feeling like I'm number one. I don't like this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Who knows, man? Maybe the American mind can embrace, we'll start having struggle sessions in Silicon Valley. I don't know, man.
The Little Red Book app. It's a doozy.
Yeah. Finally.
Man. I mean, we do deserve to be absolutely like propagandized through an app that like we download ourselves. Like it's something that like we are ripe for it.
Yes, 100%. I want it so badly. Awesome. What are you looking forward to, Marcus? What do you got?
I'm looking forward to finishing up this trip, and I think a lot of things that we're able to see here in these like community centers and community spaces called utopias and everything that they just put together, and just really to serve people, because it's all like it's all free. It's just this very insane thing where the government just said this is good and we're going to invest in it, and like you don't have to take anybody's name. There's no address, like no address, no nothing. You just walk in.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's for
check
everyone.
To see what your income is before you go in.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. Like these spaces are like well kept up. They pay people to do these things, and I'm just excited to learn more about public policy that doesn't look anything like the public policy that I used to learn about.
Jesus.
That's like, how are you gonna pay for it? And Steph and I are gonna be cooking up, or at least Steph will be cooking up the kind of the documentary, mini doc about everything that we've seen and learned and some of the people we talked to, and just I guess something that I very very much needed, especially before Trump 2.0.
Oh boy. Yeah.
What about you?
Hey man, I'm just doing my thing. Continuing to be, I don't know, like honestly, there was a lot of heartening movement like immediately when Richmond was out of water last week. A lot of mobilization, just seeing a lot of great organizations just getting water out to people, doing as much as I can to help that effort. Got really cool community cook days coming up here soon. Just nice. It's good feeling community stuff out here in this state, in this city particularly. Just trying to find things to be a part of, I guess.
Well, oh shit, definitely the thing that is the silver lining, or maybe scarlet and gray lining, is the Ohio State University.
Let's go.
That's where it's like the inauguration day. Everything's going to be so busy, right? You got Trump and JD Vance coming into fucking power. Pete Hegseth's vote looking like it's going to be the inauguration day. They're trying to sneak that through last close of business type of thing. And then you got the national championship game, so it's a big day for the USA. All right,
exciting stuff. I got no football even close to, no sports to say that are even close to all that. I'm excited for you.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a banner day, I think. I'll just
Notre Dame is like Notre Dame's like the Patriots of the NCAA. So true.
So true.
I feel like you get the whole nation behind us on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Finally, Ohio can have something.
Yeah. Rudy was offsides, by the way. You know, just watch the tape.
Yeah.
He was way
Real.
offsides.
Real. Well, we're back, baby. Next week we'll do it again.
Excited to see what happens between then and now.
Oh boy. Yeah. See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.